Taking ownership of your life is one of the most empowering decisions you can make. It is the act of accepting full responsibility for your actions, choices, and outcomes, regardless of external circumstances. This isn't about blame or guilt, it's about reclaiming your power. When you stop attributing your situation to factors beyond your control and start recognizing the role you play in shaping your life, you unlock the ability to change, grow, and thrive. Owning your life begins with an honest assessment of where you are right now. This is not an exercise in self-criticism, but a practice of self-awareness. Take a moment to evaluate your current circumstances, your habits, and the patterns that have led you to this point. Are you happy with the direction your life is heading? Are you aligned with your goals, or are you drifting aimlessly? This level of self-reflection can be uncomfortable because it forces you to confront truths you might have avoided, but it's a necessary step toward transformation. Growth cannot happen without clarity. Acknowledging your role in your life's outcomes can be daunting, especially when things aren't going as planned. It's tempting to point fingers at external forces, bad luck, difficult people, or uncontrollable events. But the moment you take full accountability, you realize that these external factors don't have to define you. What defines you is how you respond to them. Life will always present challenges, but your power lies in your ability to adapt, learn, and make better choices moving forward. Taking ownership also means stepping away from the victim mindset. This mindset convinces you that life is happening to you, that you are powerless to change your circumstances. But this is a lie. While you may not have control over everything, you always have control over how you perceive and respond to the situations you face. Ownership is about flipping the script. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I do to change this? What lesson can I learn here?" This shift in perspective transforms challenges into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. Another critical aspect of taking ownership is recognizing the power of your choices. Every decision you make, no matter how small, shapes the course of your life. From how you spend your time to how you treat others, every action has a consequence. By being intentional about your choices, you can align them with the life you want to create. This isn't about making perfect decisions every time, it's about making decisions with awareness and purpose. Even when mistakes happen, owning your choices means learning from them instead of letting them define you. Owning your life also requires courage. It's not easy to admit when you've made a mistake or when you've been the one standing in your own way. But courage isn't about never failing, it's about facing failure head on and using it as fuel to keep going. When you take ownership, you stop fearing failure because you understand that every misstep is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Courage allows you to take risks, try new things, and push past the limits of your comfort zone, all of which are essential for personal growth. Boundaries are another important element of ownership. Part of taking control of your life is protecting your time, energy, and values. This means learning to say no to things that don't serve your goals or align with your principles. It means standing firm in your decisions even when others don't understand or support them. Setting boundaries doesn't make you selfish, it makes you self-aware. It's a declaration that you value yourself enough to prioritize what truly matters. Accountability is a key piece of ownership as well. This doesn't mean being hard on yourself, it means holding yourself to a standard of integrity and discipline. It's about following through on your commitments, showing up for yourself, and taking responsibility for your actions. Accountability also involves surrounding yourself with people who will challenge you to stay true to your goals. Seek out relationships with those who inspire and encourage you to be your best self, and distance yourself from those who drain your energy or encourage complacency. Taking ownership is not a one-time decision, it's a daily practice. Each day presents new choices, challenges, and opportunities to exercise your agency. Some days will be harder than others, but every day is a chance to recommit to your journey. Over time, you'll notice that this practice builds confidence and self-trust. When you take responsibility for your life, you develop a sense of control and stability that external circumstances can't shake. Ultimately, taking ownership is about empowerment. It's about recognizing that you are the author of your story, not a bystander in someone else's. It's about understanding that While you can't control everything that happens, you can control how you respond, learn, and grow from it. Ownership gives you the freedom to make choices that align with your values, the courage to face challenges with resilience, and the discipline to pursue your goals with focus. When you fully embrace this mindset, you stop waiting for circumstances to change and start creating the change you want to see. You stop seeking validation from others and start finding it within yourself. You stop dwelling on the past and start building a future you're proud of. Taking ownership doesn't guarantee that life will be easy, but it does guarantee that life will be meaningful, because it will be a life you shaped with intention, courage, and purpose. Letting go of the past is one of the most liberating and transformative decisions you can make in life. It's a process of releasing the weight that drags you down and stops you from moving forward. It doesn't mean forgetting or dismissing what has happened. It means refusing to allow the pain, regrets, or mistakes to control your present and dictate your future. Letting go is not about erasing memories, but about finding peace with them so you can make space for growth, joy, and opportunity. The past can feel like a heavy chain wrapped around you. The longer you hold on to it, the heavier it becomes. Whether it's a mistake you made, a loss you endured, or a wrong someone did to you, these moments can replay in your mind, keeping you stuck in a loop of hurt or regret. But here's the truth: you cannot change what has already happened. No amount of reliving, overthinking, or wishing can rewrite history. What you can change is how you choose to respond to it. The power to heal lies in your ability to release what no longer serves you. One of the biggest challenges of letting go is coming to terms with forgiveness, both for yourself and others. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing the actions of those who hurt you or pretending the pain didn't happen. It means choosing to free yourself from the anger, resentment, and bitterness that keep you tethered to the past. When you forgive, you take back your power. You stop allowing someone else's actions to define your emotional state or limit your happiness. Forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. It's the act of saying, I will not let this hold me hostage anymore. Forgiving yourself is equally important. We are often our own harshest critics, replaying mistakes and failures in our minds and punishing ourselves long after the lesson has been learned. But holding on to self-blame only keeps you stuck. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone falls short at times. The key is to learn from those moments, grow from them, and then release them. You are not defined by your worst moments. You are defined by how you rise after them. Letting go also means releasing the what-ifs and if-onlys that haunt your thoughts. Regret is a powerful emotion, and it can keep you anchored in a version of reality that no longer exists. You may find yourself thinking, if only I had made a different choice, or what if things had gone another way? But this kind of thinking robs you of the present. The truth is, the past is done. The only thing you can control is what you do with the present moment. Letting go of regret allows you to focus on the opportunities and possibilities that lie ahead. Loss is another area where letting go is crucial, yet deeply challenging. Whether it's the loss of a loved one, a relationship, or a dream, the pain can feel unbearable. But holding on to that pain indefinitely doesn't honor what you've lost. It only diminishes your ability to heal. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or diminishing the significance of what you lost. It means finding a way to carry the memory or the lessons forward without letting the grief consume you. It means acknowledging the loss, honoring it, and then choosing to live fully in spite of it. Sometimes, letting go involves releasing the identities and narratives you built around yourself. You may have internalized labels like failure, unworthy, or not enough based on past experiences. But these labels are not the truth. They are stories you've told yourself. The act of letting go involves challenging these narratives and replacing them with ones that empower you. You have the right to redefine yourself at any moment. You are not the same person you were when those moments happened, and you have the power to grow into someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Another critical part of letting go is learning to trust the process of life. It's about recognizing that not everything is within your control, and that's okay. Sometimes holding on to the past is an attempt to make sense of things that don't seem fair or logical. But life is full of mysteries, and not everything will have a clear answer. Letting go requires faith that even when things don't make sense, they are leading you towards something better. It's about surrendering to the flow of life and focusing on what you can control, your actions, your attitude, and your mindset. Letting go is not a one-time decision, it's a practice. Some days the memories or emotions might resurface, and that's okay. What matters is your ability to recognize them, acknowledge them, and then release them again. It's a journey of progress, not perfection. The more you practice letting go, the lighter you'll feel, and the more room you'll have for growth, joy, and new experiences. The beauty of letting go is that it creates space for the new. When you release the weight of the past, you open yourself up to opportunities, relationships, and experiences that align with the person you are becoming. You stop clinging to what was and start embracing what is and what can be. Letting go is not about losing, it's about gaining the freedom to live fully and authentically. In the end, letting go is an act of self-love. It's a decision to prioritize your well-being, your happiness, and your growth. It's a commitment to yourself to move forward, no matter how hard the journey may be. And when you let go, you realize that the past doesn't define you, it shapes you. It equips you with the strength, wisdom, and perspective to create a brighter, more fulfilling future. Rewriting your story is a profound act of transformation and self-empowerment. It's the decision to take control of the narrative that defines your life and shift it in a direction that aligns with your true purpose. Too often, people live by stories that have been written for them, stories shaped by their upbringing, environment, or past failures. These narratives can limit growth and keep you confined to roles or beliefs that no longer serve you. But the truth is, no matter what your past looks like, you have the ability to write a new chapter, to change the trajectory of your life, and to create a story that reflects your dreams and aspirations. Rewriting your story starts with awareness. You need to examine the story you've been telling yourself. Is it a narrative filled with limitations and self-doubt? Does it revolve around fear, regret, or the opinions of others? Recognizing these patterns is crucial because they often operate in the background, influencing your choices and behavior without your conscious awareness. Once you identify these patterns, you can begin to question them. Ask yourself, is this narrative serving me? Is it helping me become the person I want to be? If the answer is no, then it's time to let it go and craft a new one. A new story begins with a vision. What kind of life do you want to live? What kind of person do you want to be? This vision doesn't have to be crystal clear at first, but it does require honesty. Let go of the limits you placed on yourself and dare to dream big. Think about your values, passions, and the impact you want to have on the world. Your story should reflect your unique essence and the life you aspire to create. The beauty of rewriting your story is that it doesn't matter how many chapters have already been written, you always have the power to start a new one. Rewriting your story also means letting go of self-doubt and embracing your potential. Too often, people cling to limiting beliefs about what they're capable of achieving. These beliefs might come from past failures, harsh criticisms, or societal expectations. But those are not truths, they are perceptions, and perceptions can be changed. You are capable of far more than you realize, and the first step to unlocking that potential is believing in yourself. Rewrite your story with confidence. Speak to yourself with encouragement and positivity. Replace thoughts like "I can't" with "I will," and watch how your actions begin to align with that new mindset. Part of rewriting your story involves taking bold action. It's not enough to think about a new narrative, you have to live it. This means stepping out of your comfort zone and pursuing the things that align with your vision. If your new story involves being healthier, start making choices that reflect that, even if they're small at first. If it involves following a passion, take that first step toward learning, exploring, or creating. Action brings your new narrative to life, and each step forward reinforces the belief that change is possible. Another important aspect of rewriting your story is resilience. Change is rarely easy, and rewriting your narrative will likely come with challenges. Old habits may resurface, and self-doubt may try to creep back in. You might face criticism or resistance from others who are used to the old you. But resilience is what keeps you moving forward despite these obstacles. It's the determination to keep rewriting, even when the world tries to convince you that your story has already been written. Remember, Every great story has moments of struggle, but it's those very struggles that make the triumphs even more meaningful. Your story is also shaped by the people you surround yourself with. If your current narrative has been influenced by negative or unsupportive relationships, it's time to reevaluate those connections. Seek out individuals who uplift you, inspire you, and believe in your potential. These are the people who will support your journey as you write your new story. At the same time, distance yourself from voices that try to keep you tied to your past. You don't owe anyone the right to dictate your narrative. Reflection is another key part of rewriting your story. Take time to regularly evaluate your progress and adjust your narrative as needed. Life is dynamic, and your story will evolve as you grow and learn. There's no one right way to live, and there's no deadline for creating a life you're proud of. Be patient with yourself and celebrate every step forward, no matter how small it may seem. Each moment of growth is a testament to your commitment to becoming the person you were meant to be. Rewriting your story isn't about pretending the past didn't happen. It's about recognizing that the past doesn't have to define you. Every experience, whether positive or negative, has brought you to this moment and shaped your perspective. Use those lessons as fuel to propel you forward. Instead of viewing mistakes as failures, see them as stepping stones that have prepared you for the next chapter. Ultimately, rewriting your story is an act of courage and hope. It's the realization that you are not bound by the roles you played or the mistakes you've made. It's the understanding that your life is a canvas and you hold the brush. You have the power to create a masterpiece, one stroke at a time. So pick up that brush, start a new chapter, and craft a story that reflects the person you are becoming, a story of resilience, growth, and possibility. Because no matter where you've been, the rest of your story is unwritten, and the pen is in your hands. The people you surround yourself with have an undeniable influence on the course of your life. They can either elevate you to new heights or hold you back from achieving your true potential. Evaluating and adjusting your inner circle is not an act of selfishness, it's an act of self-preservation and growth. It's about protecting your energy, your mindset, and your dreams. The relationships you nurture and prioritize play a pivotal role in shaping your journey, so it's essential to choose wisely. The first step in this process is understanding the impact of your current circle. Look closely at the people you interact with most often. Do they inspire you, challenge you to grow, and believe in your potential? Or do they drain your energy, cloud your confidence, or encourage negative habits? This evaluation doesn't mean labeling people as good or bad, but it does mean recognizing who aligns with your values and goals. Not everyone in your life is meant to be part of every chapter, and that's okay. Growth sometimes means outgrowing certain relationships. One of the most significant signs that it's time to reevaluate your inner circle is when you notice that certain relationships leave you feeling drained or diminished. These are the individuals who always seem to focus on the negative, who dismiss your dreams, or who subtly or overtly discourage your efforts to improve your life. They may not even realize the harm they're causing, but their energy can weigh you down. Being in their presence might feel like carrying an invisible burden, a sense that you must dim your light to make them comfortable. While it can be difficult to distance yourself from these relationships, especially if they're long-standing, it's important to prioritize your well-being. On the other hand, consider the people who make you feel alive, supported, and empowered. These are the individuals who celebrate your wins without envy, who encourage you during your struggles, and who push you to be your best self. They don't just tell you what you want to hear, they challenge you when needed, offering constructive feedback out of care and respect. These are the relationships that deserve your time and energy. They're the ones that will help you grow into the person you aspire to be. As you evaluate your circle, it's also essential to recognize your role in those relationships. Are you contributing positively to the lives of those around you? Are you supporting their growth and dreams just as you hope they'll support yours? Relationships are a two-way street, and the energy you bring to them matters just as much as the energy you receive. If you want to attract people who inspire and uplift you, strive to be that kind of person yourself. Adjusting your circle doesn't always mean cutting people out entirely. In some cases, it might simply mean setting boundaries. If someone's behavior or mindset consistently drains you, let them know how you feel in a kind but firm way. Boundaries are a form of self-respect. and they're crucial for maintaining healthy relationships. You don't have to explain or justify your need for space, you only need to honor it. Some relationships may naturally fade as you prioritize your growth, and that's a natural part of life. At the same time, be open to building new connections. Seek out people who share your values, aspirations, or interests. This might mean joining a group, attending events, or simply reaching out to someone you admire. Building meaningful relationships takes effort and vulnerability, but it's worth it. Surrounding yourself with individuals who inspire you can create a ripple effect, motivating you to take bold steps and believe in your potential. It's also important to remember that quality matters more than quantity. You don't need a large circle to thrive. A few genuine, supportive relationships can have a far greater impact than a crowd of acquaintances. Focus on depth, not breadth, when it comes to your connections. Be intentional about investing time and energy into the relationships that truly matter, and let go of the pressure to maintain superficial ties. Reevaluating your circle is not about judgment or superiority, it's about alignment. It's about ensuring that the people around you reflect the kind of life you want to lead. This doesn't mean everyone in your circle has to share your exact goals or perspectives, but they should respect and support your journey. They should add to your life, not detract from it. When your relationships are built on mutual respect and encouragement, they become a source of strength and inspiration. Finally, remember that it's okay for this process to be challenging. Letting go of certain relationships or setting boundaries can be emotionally difficult, especially when there's history involved. But your growth and well-being are worth the discomfort. Trust that the right people will understand and respect your decision, and those who don't may not have been meant to stay in your life long term. Surrounding yourself with the right people is one of the most powerful choices you can make. It's a declaration that you value your growth, your energy, and your dreams. When you prioritize relationships that uplift and inspire you, you create an environment where you can thrive. And when you become a source of inspiration and support for others, you not only elevate your own journey, but also contribute to theirs. Together, these connections form the foundation for a life of purpose, joy, and success. Taking action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. No matter how powerful your vision, how inspiring, or how clear your intentions, nothing should stop. You take steps to make it happen. Action transforms ideas into reality. It is the difference between wishing for a better life and building one. This key truth applies universally to every area of life, whether it's pursuing a dream, improving relationships, advancing in your career, or nurturing your health. Many people get stuck in the planning or dreaming phase. They spend hours thinking about what they want or imagining a better future, but they hesitate to take the first step. Why? Often it's fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown. But the truth is, nothing will ever be perfect, and waiting for the right time often leads to inaction. The only way to overcome fear is to move forward despite it. Every small step chips away at that fear and builds confidence. Action begets momentum, and momentum changes lives. Start small if you need to. Some people get overwhelmed because they focus too much on the end goal instead of the immediate next step. For example, if you dream of running a marathon, you don't start by running 26 miles. You start by lacing up your sneakers and jogging for a few minutes. If you want to write a book, you don't have to complete 300 pages in one sitting. You start with one sentence. Small actions may seem insignificant, but they create the foundation for significant change. What matters is consistency. When you show up every day, even in small ways, you're proving to yourself that progress is possible. Action is also a powerful teacher. You can plan and theorize all you want, but nothing compares to the lessons learned from doing. Maybe you'll make mistakes along the way, chances are you will. But mistakes are not failures, they are feedback. They teach you what works, what doesn't, and how to improve. Every successful person has a history of missteps behind them, but they kept moving forward. The willingness to act, even without guarantees of success, separates those who achieve their dreams from those who only dream about them. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone on the path to it. Another reason people hesitate to take action is because they don't feel ready. But readiness is often an illusion. There will always be more to learn, more to prepare, and more reasons to delay. At some point, you have to accept that taking imperfect action is better than waiting for perfect circumstances. The act of starting will reveal opportunities, insights, and strengths you didn't know you had. It's through action that you gain clarity about what works for you and how to navigate challenges. Action doesn't always have to be dramatic or grand. Sometimes it's the smallest, quietest actions that have the biggest impact. A single phone call can lead to a new opportunity. A few minutes of exercise can snowball into a healthier lifestyle. One conversation can heal a relationship. Change begins with small, deliberate choices made consistently. Over time, these actions accumulate, and before you know it, they create transformation. It's also essential to recognize that action requires discipline. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline keeps you moving even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is waking up early to work on your goals when it would be easier to sleep in. It's saying no to distractions and staying focused on what matters most. It's choosing progress over comfort. Discipline is the force that turns good intentions into tangible results. It's not always easy, but the rewards are worth it. Each act of discipline strengthens your character and builds momentum. Accountability can be a powerful ally when taking action. Share your goals with someone you trust, whether it's a friend, mentor, or coach. When someone else is aware of your intentions, you're more likely to follow through. They can encourage you, provide feedback, and remind you of your why when your motivation wanes. Knowing that someone believes in your potential can be incredibly motivating. At the same time, remember to hold yourself accountable. Set clear deadlines and track your progress. Celebrate small victories along the way, as they remind you that every step counts. Taking action also means embracing flexibility. Life rarely goes according to plan, and you may encounter obstacles or detours along the way. Instead of becoming discouraged, adapt and adjust. Flexibility allows you to stay focused on your goals while navigating the unexpected. Remember, the path to success is not always linear, but persistence will get you there. Finally, taking action isn't just about external results, it's about who you become in the process. Each step forward strengthens your belief in yourself. Every challenge you face builds resilience. The simple act of trying, of giving your best effort, transforms you into a person capable of achieving more than you ever thought possible. Action reshapes your identity. You begin to see yourself not as someone who dreams of change, but as someone who creates it. Action requires courage, discipline, and commitment. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Every step, no matter how small, moves you closer to the life you envision. So take that step. Make the call. Write the page. Start the workout. Whatever your dream, your goal, or your vision, begin today. Because in the end, action is what turns possibility into reality. Gratitude is one of the most transformative habits you can cultivate. It has the power to shift your perspective, reshape your mindset, and renew your spirit. When you consistently practice gratitude, you begin to see the world through a lens of abundance rather than scarcity. You focus less on what's missing and more on what's already present. And that subtle but profound shift can change everything about the way you live and experience life. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you when something good happens. It's about recognizing the good that exists even in the midst of challenges. Life is rarely perfect, and there will always be moments when things don't go your way, but gratitude teaches you to find value in those moments too. It's not about pretending everything is okay when it's not. It's about choosing to see the blessings, lessons, and opportunities that exist even when circumstances are difficult. Gratitude doesn't erase pain or hardship, but it gives you the strength to face them with a sense of hope and resilience. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to practice gratitude is by starting each day with a moment of reflection. Before you check your phone, rush into your routine, or let the day's demands take over, pause. Take a few deep breaths and think of 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big or extraordinary. They can be as simple as a good night's sleep, the warmth of the sun, or the support of a loved one. Writing these things down can make the practice even more powerful. When you take time to acknowledge what you're thankful for, you set the tone for the rest of your day. You begin with a mindset of appreciation rather than lack. Gratitude also shifts the way you interact with others. When you make a habit of appreciating the people around you, your relationships become stronger and more fulfilling. How often do you take the time to genuinely thank the people who make your life better? A kind word, a heartfelt note, or even a simple expression of thanks can have a profound impact not just on them but on you too. Gratitude reminds you of the value others bring to your life, and it deepens your connection with them. It also helps you let go of resentment, anger, or frustration that can build up in relationships. When you focus on the good in others, you're less likely to dwell on their flaws or mistakes. Beyond improving relationships, gratitude changes the way you view your challenges. When you approach difficult situations with a grateful heart, you begin to see them as opportunities for growth. Maybe you didn't get the job you wanted, but you gained valuable experience in the process. Maybe a relationship ended, but it taught you more about yourself and what you need. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring pain or disappointment. It means choosing to learn and grow from it. It means believing that even the toughest moments have something to offer. Practicing gratitude also has a profound effect on your mental and physical health. Studies have shown that people who regularly express gratitude experience lower levels of stress, better sleep, and improved overall well-being. Gratitude reduces anxiety by shifting your focus away from worries and fears and grounding you in the present moment. It reminds you that, no matter what's happening, there's always something to be thankful for. This doesn't just make you feel better in the moment, it strengthens your resilience over time. When you face life's inevitable ups and downs with an attitude of gratitude, you become better equipped to handle them. Gratitude isn't just an individual practice, it's a way of being that can inspire others. When you live with a grateful heart, you radiate positivity and optimism. People are drawn to that kind of energy. Your example can encourage others to adopt a similar mindset, creating a ripple effect of gratitude that extends far beyond you. Imagine a world where more people focused on what they have rather than what they lack, where kindness and appreciation were the norm rather than the exception. By practicing gratitude, you contribute to that vision. It's also important to remember that gratitude is a habit, and like any habit, it takes time and effort to develop. There will be days when it feels easier to complain or focus on what's wrong, and that's okay. Gratitude doesn't require perfection, it requires consistency. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Over time, gratitude becomes less about a conscious effort and more about a way of seeing the world. It becomes the foundation for how you think, feel, and act. Even when life feels overwhelming or unfair, gratitude has the power to anchor you. It reminds you of what truly matters and helps you find peace in the midst of chaos. It's a reminder that you are alive, that you have the ability to grow, to love, and to make a difference. Those are gifts worth celebrating every single day. Ultimately, gratitude is a choice. It's not always the easiest choice, especially when things are tough, but it's always the right one. When you choose gratitude, you choose to focus on the good, to appreciate the present, and to embrace life's blessings, no matter how small. You choose to cultivate joy, even in the midst of difficulty. And as you do, you'll find that gratitude doesn't just change the way you see the world, it changes the way the world sees you. Gratitude has the power to transform your life, and it all begins with one simple thought: thank you.